Nothing new was brought to the negotiating table, but the talks sparked optimism in some quarters.
I very much hope that there's a possibility for a compromise. I think the United States, by offering the invitation to Russia to deploy its officers in the missile defense system, took a big step forward.
Both the Czech Republic and Poland, the two countries planned to host the missile defense systems, echoed the invitation. The Czech Prime Minister, fresh from talks in Washington, said he'd consider allowing Russian inspectors to visit the planned US radar station in his country. The Polish PM said Russian military monitoring of the sites is something he'd look into. Experts suggest pragmatism may be the final victor.
No one is interested in a crisis, and even if we have a lot of different views and a lot of disagreements on specific issues, the overall idea is that we should try to avoid a crisis.
Western and Russian media coverage was muted, with hardly anything new coming from the high-level talks. The news agency AFP did call the talks upbeat, and Condoleezza Rice seemed to agree.
U.S.-Russian relations, a complex relationship, is proceeding in a way that we are able to go forward in various areas of cooperation, and when we have differences, we can talk about them in an atmosphere of mutual respect. And so we look forward to further discussions as we flesh out this joint strategic framework.
Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov was more guarded.
How long might it take to actually...
As far as missile defense is concerned, both Russia and the United States are interested in addressing these problems in a cooperative and equal way, within the framework which will unite us, the United States and Europe. The United States confirmed its willingness to pursue its plan to set up a third positioning site in Europe. Russia, while not agreeing with this intention, put forward an alternative.
One of the main arguments Washington provides in trying to persuade Moscow of the merits of the anti-missile system is that it will not affect Russia's strategic capability. It says the planned bases in Eastern Europe are solely intended to defend against so-called rogue states such as Iran. The United States is not willing to accept Russia's offer to use the Gabala radar station in Azerbaijan as an alternative, saying it could be only an additional site. Meanwhile, Washington is in negotiations with Turkey to deploy further missile tracking bases on its territory. Moscow is concerned that deployment of the system so close to its borders will pose a threat to its national security. Russia is also concerned about other elements of US defense. In 2007, the US moved its sea-based X-band radar, the largest of its type in the world, to the Aleutian Islands near Alaska. The location is believed to be optimal for monitoring potential North Korean missile launches. But its close proximity to Russia means it's possible it could also collect data on Russia's intercontinental ballistic missiles. Russia still sees the plans as a threat to national security. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs website accused the United States of attempting to destroy strategic stability and keep Russia in an unequal position in global affairs. New US leadership may help Russia's case. Only one candidate, John McCain, shows unqualified support for the missile shield. But for now, the two sides seem unable to bridge their differences. Claire Sebastian, Russia Today.
And this is some of the views being expressed on our website on the problem of the US missile plans.
I believe the US is starting a new arms race with Russia, but they don't seem to understand that this is also likely to damage other neighbouring countries, Poland, Ukraine, the Czech Republic, and even the US, should conflict occur.
The West wanted to free Poland so that they could liberate it with their NATO military expansion policies. To get that much closer to Russia, the West is perfectly willing to sacrifice Poland for Russia.
It looks like US administrations need wars to advance the agendas of the American elite. The ideal scenario would be for Kaliningrad to slip out of Russian control and Serbia to join NATO. Anti-missiles are designed to set off a new arms race, leading to the collapse of the Russian economy.